sports, art, acting after a full day of school can feel a lot for both the kids and the parents. I feel like my kids are talking to me right now. Here to share the benefits and to find the balance is Amanda Lee with Brain Balance San Diego. My kids, we're now in our second week. And they come home and they're just, I send them a schedule every day. They're like, oh, Mom, I just need a break, Mom.
That's exactly it.
Yes.
Do they have downtime?
Yeah. I mean, it's important, and I get that in there, but let's talk a little bit about it, because really they're in school, go. Yes. Their brains are working. So what are we supposed to do with them after school then?
Definitely having a schedule and a routine is key. I think that's number one. Establishing what are the expectations literally when you walk through the door. Where does the backpack go? When do you eat snack? What chores need to be done? When can you play this activity or that activity? Or what do you need to get done before you go to the next activity, right? The scheduled activity.
Yeah, I have so many charts and graphs and apps. Perfect. And everything to just kind of make it easy for them.
Do they use it?
Yes, it's consistency,
Good.
Right?
Yes, it is.
The parents have to keep, pushing on that. But is somebody applauding for me? Yes. I heard like an applause. I thought maybe that would be for me. One thing though that I notice every year with the kids, especially when they first go back, is that stress starts to kick back in, the anxiety, meeting new friends, getting all that homework again. So how do we help them manage through that?
Well, a lot of times you have to understand the root cause of that anxiety. So a lot of it is the unknown, right? Like you said, new teacher, new friends. It's also potentially learning challenges. Mm-hmm. Are they able to keep up with their peers or meet those expectations in that new grade level? To the overwhelm, it's just a lot being piled on them, and they don't necessarily have those executive function or cognitive skills to handle that. Or the emotional load, right? Some people, they have a very low frustration tolerance, and there's a reason behind that in the brain and development.
I share things that are happening, in my life, because I'm a mom. I have 4 kids, and I hope that maybe it relates to some people as well. My son came yesterday. He's in a lot of advanced classes, and he looked at me. He goes, "Do I have to do the advanced this year?" I said, "Why, honey? What's going on?" He's like, "The homework is just too much, and I don't want to be up till midnight doing the homework." What am I supposed to say during a time like that?
It's tough because it depends on the requirements. So if you're in some advanced placement classes, if you're in high school, there's certain work that literally just has to be done to get the credit. Other times though, it's probably more flexible than you think. It's a conversation you need to have with the school and with their teacher to make sure that is this work necessary or is it busy work? Sometimes, it depends on the level of the teachers of what they're assigning, and it's always the best intent, right? You have to think about that. But show mastery versus having to do work.
We often stay up very late in our home to do homework. And I often think about all the families, and I'm like, how are all the families doing this when you have sports and then you got to do dinner and take a bath and then you're up till like 10, 11 o'clock at night doing homework. So what do we do if it all just starts to feel overwhelming again?
Again, those are the conversations you need to have with their school or their teacher, because one thing we talk about at Brain Balance is setting those boundaries for yourself and your family time. You need to have downtime. Your brain needs to rest. Regardless of what needs to be done, you also have to take care of yourself to get those things done. We talk about self-care a lot when we're on this segment with you. And so cut it off, let the teachers know, look, we're going to do the best that we can until a certain time, but then it's done. When it's done, it's done.
And especially with all the conversations that we've been having recently over the years of how much pressure these kids are feeling. It's like you can never turn it off. I look at me, I go do 4 hours of news, I go home and I need everything off.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
Right? And I look at these little kids, I go, they need the same thing. We need to turn everything off.
Yes, we have to model those appropriate boundaries and those appropriate expectations, and not setting more and more gold stars that they need to achieve. It's, are you doing your best rather than getting that straight A?
You have a workshop that's coming up, so if people want to learn more about it, all the things that are happening in your kids' brains, tell me about that.
Next week we have a workshop on the brain and anxiety, again, understanding root cause, but there's also reasons behind learning challenges and emotional dysregulation and many other challenges like even ADHD or ADHD symptoms, focus. So next week, Wednesday, 12:30, sign up at brainbalancesandiego.com. We have many more workshops every single month that are free, by the way, that are virtual, that is available to both parents and providers.
Yeah, I have a feeling there's some parents watching right now going, where? I'm going to come right at the beginning of the school year when you need it.
The root cause.
Yes, it's all about learning and understanding and educating. Amanda, thank you. Always good to see you. And if you want to find out more about this workshop, we'll get the information for you up on our website, foxisandiego.com. Click the See It On tab. I may want to come just for myself.